Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Wholesale Hotties, the place where ladies in real estate are talking about real estate. I'm your host and MC, Sharon Lee Smith, together with my favorite co-host, Donda Molinix. Hey, Donda.
Hi.
My
Hey,
other favorite co-host, Jen Stewart. Hey, Jen.
Hello.
Monique will be here in a little while, but we have an awesome guest today, Sabrina Hargrave. Welcome to the show. Hey, Sabrina.
Welcome.
So, Sabrina, Donda has connected you with us, and I understand you are a realtor and
Business owner.
transaction coordinator. Wow, my tongue is twisted. And I understand that you have a massage studio. I can't hear you. Hold on, are you muted? Oh no, it was working fine just a few minutes ago. Do you want to pop out and come back in? Okay. We'll chat in the meantime. No worries. Tech problems happen. So, Donda, tell us about your week. How's things been going in your neck of the woods?
Oh, it's good. The weather's amazing. It's
don't rub it in.
Just working on my prayers with friends. I don't know if you guys, we had Nisha on one time and she's kind of going through something. She needs some help. She got really dehydrated and her vision is just like she can't see anything within a couple feet of her. So,
oh my gosh, we'll definitely be praying for Nisha. Sabrina, let's check. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Hey, we can hear you. Yay!
Okay. Sorry about that.
Oh, it happens.
Tech problems happen all the time.
That's what happens when you go live.
Yeah.
So tell us, how'd you get started in real estate? We'll start there.
Yeah, sorry, the very beginning or just the beginning of real estate in Arizona?
I suppose.
What?
I said wherever you want to start, I suppose.
Well, I think even as a young child, I was fascinated with it. I was raised by a single mom, and she went, she needed a bigger house. She had 4 kids. And so I think just that exposure.
Oh, no. We lost you again, Sabrina.
Is it my internet or hers?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, there you are.
There.
You're back.
I see you.
Okay. I don't know if it's my internet or yours. Okay. We'll just do our best. How about that?
Yeah, totally.
That's
all we can ever do, right?
Yeah. So anyways, long story short, probably witnessing a mom that was just like a go-getter and looked for opportunities and then had that exposure. And then she worked her way up the business ladder while raising 4 kids herself. And so just kind of have it in the blood. And then got introduced to the sub 2 community and learned more while at the same time getting my real estate license. So I kind of did those at the exact same time. I went both paths. And I'm glad that I did, because I feel like I have exposure that a lot of agents don't typically have. And so I can just see opportunities that other people can't see because I've had that exposure. So it works out really well.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I know that I've come across agents that are just like, I don't know what I'm ever going to do with this property. And let me take a look. And like, I can see as the investor, so many things that we can do from there. It gives you a big, a wider set of tools for your toolbox, and especially learning, the creative side of things. That just opens up even more doors to be able to help people.
For sure. And doing it without judgment too, because I think when you come down one path or the other, without the other exposure, you kind of, that's the only lens to look through. And so it makes the other side look very confusing or complicating or maybe not quite right. And so when you have the dual exposure, you're like, no, neither one of these are wrong. It's just what fits the scenario the best, what fits this client the best, their risk tolerance, just different things. So
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that too. A lot of times I'll come across a deal from like a wholesaler, right? They'll be sending me something. This person really would be best served by listing this property. It's a beautiful house. Why are you trying to wholesale this property? It's really not fair in some sense of the term for the customer, as you say, the seller of the house,
Right.
to try and do that, unless there's a pain point and a reason for it that I don't, I think you're doing injustice in some ways, trying to not list it. Anyway.
The person feel that's having the experience, right?
Yeah.
So some way gypped in the experience, then it's not, it's all relative to the people having the experience. So
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
There's a lot of paperwork with the traditional method. So sometimes people are like, no, thank you. I don't want to do that way.
That's true. And you have showings and other things to deal with. Sometimes it is more convenient to just get it done.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it just depends on their situation. Like Paige says, find the bunnies, figure out here's some options for you, and then let them choose what they think's the best fit for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great as investors, as entrepreneurs. As just helpers, it's good to have, various avenues that you can offer to people.
Yeah, options.
Yeah, for sure.
Sabrina, what time did you start your business then in conjunction with your real estate?
Wait, we haven't talked about our business yet on the show. So,
okay.
I'm jumping ahead.
The next thing, yes, well, that's okay. So, I understand you have a massage parlor, which is wonderful.
I don't know if I want to call it a massage parlor. There's like a weird, maybe the wrong vibe out there, but yes.
No. Dude, I think that's so fantastic. And I think real estate in general is a high stress industry. And so to be able to step back and relax and meditate and get your spirit rejuvenated is such a beautiful thing and necessary.
Yeah. Energy, everything's energy. So getting your energy aligned, your chakras aligned, your nervous system calmed down, because as you all know, doing real estate, that real estate is emotional. It is energy. Very rarely do you not run into obstacles that you have to overcome. So they kind of go hand in hand more than people think. But a lot of people are like, oh, you can't do that and the wellness business. And I'm like, oh no, they go perfectly hand in hand.
Yeah.
Let me explain to you how they do. And it really is quite fascinating that people don't think they do, but then as soon as I explain it, they're like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So
yeah. So tell us a little bit about that, about the journey, opening the business and that type of thing. Hey, Monique.
Yay.
Hi. Okay. So I ended up moving to Arizona from Anchorage, Alaska. I was a financial controller up there for an Alaska Native corporation. And in 2009, my mother was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer. And she had just purchased a second home down here, and she was snowbirding or trying to snowbird. But as we all know, with cancer treatments, that doesn't, those treatments don't lend well to traveling a lot. And so it was kind of a journey exploration of trying to manage, because I was the financial controller for the parent corporation. I managed 7 other companies underneath the parent. So I was managing a whole accounting department and witnessing my mom dying from cancer. So I had to really go inside and really check in with myself and explore some parts of me that we don't really like exploring, right? We like to just work and go and deny ourselves what's actually happening. And there was just this pivotal moment. I came down here to visit and she got me a massage, and I just woke up during that experience.
Oh, she frees up.
My husband, I said, I'm going to quit my job. In a down market, made money on our house in Alaska, and it was like the perfect divine, you know, it was so easy. And you know that when it's easy, it's meant to be, right? And so I got to spend 2 lovely years with my mom before she passed away. And that journey of watching her, because she was a CFO, and I was like following in her footsteps, and I saw myself in her, and I was like, no, I don't want to do a job that I'm not passionate about.
Yeah.
Just for money.
Yeah.
And miss out on spending time with people I care about. And I was like, there's got to be a way that you can do something that makes you money, but you love it and you're passionate and you wake up every day and you're just like, I want to do that and I want to connect to people. And so that is what led me. So I went to school for wellness. And of course, because I have all this business knowledge, I didn't get that diploma and go, oh, I want to go work for someone else. I was like, well, I've already managed other people's businesses. I want to manage my own business.
Right.
So that was the journey, right? I was able to work on my mom while she was in her death process. I was able to
that's beautiful.
That and bond with her. And then once she actually passed the month after I graduated, and in that beautiful journey, I had health issues too, but I healed through that journey of going to school for massage therapy and work. I worked on her, it helped her. And then the beauty of that cycle of life, she passed away, and a week later I was pregnant, and I had been told I could not have kids. So I had this like beautiful cycle of life happen with her death process, and me choosing me in that process, right? Like we're witnessing something. Yeah. We reevaluate our lives and what we're going through, and then we make a choice. It's super scary. I'm not saying to anyone, like, oh, go do this. It's not going to be scary at all. It was super scary. And I did it. And it was like such a leap of faith and like just divine guidance that I just did it, and no regrets. And then in that same, so we're talking about the wellness business, been doing that for years. And then all of a sudden, just a ping in 2022, like get into real estate. You've always loved real estate. I bought my first condo with my mom when I was in college. So my sister and I lived in that condo the whole time I was in college, getting my 4-year bachelor's degree, and then moved back to Alaska. My brother and sister and I bought a condo up there, and we fixed and flipped it. And so like, it's been in here the whole time, but like timing, you have to wait, right? You have to wait until it's like, now is the moment to do this, and listen to that internal knowing. And so, 2022, it was like my best friend and business partner, she also does massage therapy and energy work, and she had a client talk about Pace Morby and Sub 2. And then she mentioned it to me, and I'm like, that's so interesting that you brought that up, because I've been thinking about getting my real estate license. And then she's like, well, what do you think about this path? And I'm like, well, what if I do both? And he did both too. And so it's like, we're on this beautiful journey of discovery, and the timing, timing is everything. And so it just keeps going. And so now this space that I'm sitting in right now, she and I have the master lease of this space that we beautified, and we run both of our wellness businesses out of this space. So if you think about like how they teach co-living, it's similar to that, right? You get a master lease, the space is not that great, but you make it beautiful, and then you sublease those rooms out to other businesses. And so we have our businesses running out of them, and then we have other practitioners that might not otherwise be able to afford a business space to do massage therapy and energy work. They pay us either day rates or hourly rates. Full little hand-in-hand business operation.
Wow, that I think that's beautiful. I commend you for your journey. I know that. Uh-oh, we lost her. Oop, wait.
Oh no.
There you are.
Back.
Hi,
back.
Jen.
We're just gonna switch the screen up every couple minutes. We'll just
That's okay. That's okay. I was saying I really commend you on all of that, walking your mom through her journey, and I'm sure that Jen can relate. She had similar in her family, and um, that's just beautiful. And yeah, you're right. Like when you start down a path and you already have the experience, why would I go work for someone else, right? Because you already ran your own, and that's awesome. So now you're up to 2 locations, I understand. Is that correct?
Yeah, I have one in North
Nice.
Phoenix. Yeah, and then one in Scottsdale. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Do you find it like if you're located in one location and then you have another location, do you have to go back and forth, or do you find that it's just really a simplified process of just being able to run both locations?
So I think for someone else it would be difficult. My brain doesn't quite work like everyone else's does. I do really well at boundary holding and time blocking. And so I find that if you trust yourself to hold your own boundary with your time, that nothing becomes an issue. Because I have set days at the other location. I'm currently sitting in the Scottsdale location. And so these are the days that I work here, and I don't deviate from that for other people. Like I have set my boundaries. If you want to see me, this is where I am, and these are the time blocks I have. And then I devote my other time blocks to real estate, or most importantly, I devote time blocks to my children and my husband, and my animals. Like we cannot pour from an empty cup. I'm sure we've all heard that saying before. And so each person has their own cup fillers or their battery chargers. And I think that if we work ourselves to death and we don't see the people we care about, you tend to get resentful and burned out. And I don't want to do that. You don't show up the best mom and wife and friend in life if you do that. So that is how I have certain days at the North Phoenix location, then I have certain days here, and then the days I'm not at the other location, I have subtenants that lease the space. So the space, if you think about, like, investment always needs to be making you money. So if it's empty, it's not making you money. What can we do to fill that space? So like I have estheticians, I have massage therapists, I have Reiki practitioners.
Yeah, all collaborative type enterprises. That's awesome.
And it always has to be
really
a win-win-win. That my belief system is not everyone else's, and I don't expect it to be. But anyone that subleases from me, like we go through like an energy interview of like, what are your core beliefs? What's important to you? What's important to me? Can we meet there? Does this align with what we need in life? And so in that way, it works out well.
That's really nice.
We have Reiki as well. I have not seen a Reiki practitioner at a massage place, but I have seen the results separately, and it's not something that I feel like science has gotten much behind, and yet I have seen such profound intuitiveness from the practitioners who practice it.
There is more and more now, where they can give you the science literature behind it. But at the end of the day, I ask people, like, if it doesn't resonate for you, but you're curious and you want to try it, then come on in and let's try it. But just like you would never push your religion. Hi there.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim. You wouldn't push your religion or your political beliefs on someone and expect them to just drink that Kool-Aid. why would we do that with energy work? Or I would even say like massage modalities. Like one person likes Swedish and another person likes my biomechanical restructuring. And like, I'm not going to negotiate that or force that onto someone else that doesn't want it. You let the person tell you what they want, and then you go, I can do that for you. And if you can't do that and you have high integrity, you own up that you can't do that. And so energy work requires permission given from people too. So like, we don't push that on people. So
I think that's great. I have seen I had a Reiki reading once, and she said, she's like, I hear a bird song between your ears. Well, nobody knew that was actually my favorite sound. I never told anyone that. And so I thought that was really, what the heck? And then she's like, yeah, I see a pen in your right hand. Well, I also always wanted to write a book, and I had never told anyone that. And so what I've seen is that there's some really incredible power in that was, I couldn't explain it, but it was really amazing. So when you said that, I was intrigued.
Yeah. And that is like a perfect example of, you can't prove anything from that, but it affected you.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. Like, you can go to Thanksgiving dinner with the rest of your family and be like, oh my gosh, I had this great Reiki experience with this practitioner. And they're just like, okay, like whatever, And it doesn't matter it doesn't have to matter to them. Like the experience was created just for you. Yeah. And that's what makes it so beautiful. The only thing that takes us out of that is when we need other people to believe us.
Right.
Or we need other people to have the same. I seriously recommend, don't buy the gift card for the family member that you think needs it, but they would never want it in a million years. Like, I actually have started refusing to sell gift cards to people that do that, because your experience will not be your husband's experience.
Yeah.
Rarely. But it's the wife that hears the bird song and the vision and all the thing, and she wants him to have that. She wants him to like bond with her on that.
And he won't necessarily. I remember one time I got a gift card for a massage, but it was a different type of massage, and I have fibromyalgia, so you have to be careful in the way I get massaged. And I was just like, thanks, but I can't use that. And I felt bad like telling them that, and I couldn't, so oh well. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Like, you can't push things on people if they're not ready to hear it, if they don't believe it, if they think other things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's my belief system anyways. Like, another practitioner might think otherwise, but it doesn't feel healthy to me to do that.
Yeah. Agree. So how has the experience at the wellness center helped or affected your real estate enterprise journey, whatever?
I would say it helps a lot. Like, one of the reasons why I got the ping to do real estate at the point that I did it is because I have clients that fly in from all over the United States. And so when they come, they're just like, oh my gosh, we love it here. Oh, we want to get a second place here. We want to get a condo. And so it was just like, you know what? I'm already doing a ton of research for people.
Yeah, that makes sense. You gotta get the clientele knocking on your door, basically.
Yeah. And so it just felt good, but
you cut out again. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's the same thing with real estate as with energy work. You don't push it on the client that doesn't want it,
right?
But I'm there for it and to receive it if there is a client that from my wellness business that does want it. And so I just it's gently out there and open. So most of my real estate clients have been wellness clients at this point.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So when people are like, oh, how do you do this? And I'm like, well, I'm not the agent that's cold calling or sitting by the phone waiting for it.
Right.
It literally just
comes to you. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually a really beautiful thing. Some of my real estate clients were sound healers that I met at Pace's house at a sound healing. And I just absolutely, like from that experience, I'd never had a sound healing before. And Laura had created this sound of healing event. And the practitioners, like I had such a energetic reaction from it that was so powerful. And I like hugged them afterwards and I'm like, we're going to work together in some capacity. And we have worked together. I've created sound healing events and I have marketed them and like brought in people from my wellness business to their events. And then through that process, they were like, we want you to be our real estate agent. So it was like this like big full circle. And now we're really good friends. And I'm just so grateful. Like, I'm so grateful for so many things from the Sub 2 community, but like that is a really special gift to me.
Yeah.
So for those people who might not know what sound healing involves, how would you kind of position that?
Okay, so those particular practitioners, it was breath work with Reiki and sound healing at the same time. So it's like a triple healing component, which I hugely advocate for that because it is like a supercharged experience. But if we're just going to specifically talk to the sound healing, so when you are listening to tones,
Uh-oh.
You're going to have to repeat this, Sabrina.
Yeah,
okay.
When you're listening to tones and okay, go.
To sound tones, everything is energy and vibrates at a certain wavelength. And those sound vibrations come through and they basically disrupt any blockages so that your energy system can level out. So that would be like the most simplistic version of what that is. With Unearth Your Soul, the practitioners I met at Pace's house, they do the triple component where they're doing Reiki on people while like talking them through breath work. So you're breathing in and out to the rhythms, and then they're playing music at the same time. And then at the end, they do the sound bowls and everything. And it is like very, very potent and powerful.
I was going to say, that sounds intense.
Yeah.
It is
Not in a bad way, but just you're fully engaged.
Yeah.
Oh, she froze up. Oh, there she is. You keep little glitches there, but we're fine. It's okay. Now, I've had the bowls, is it called Tibetan bowls massage? Well, they've done it in the while you're having your massage done. Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, it was a different experience. It was
That
cool.
sounds nice.
Yeah, it was
Relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
I love a good massage.
So Sabrina, when you do that, are your sound people and Reiki and everything put together? Is it like, okay, get on this table, or do you get on a mat, or like what's that? You know, is it laying down? Is it sitting up? Is it what's the most common way of kind of experiencing that?
In particular, the ones with Unearth Your Soul, Shelby and Ryan, you come into a facility space and like a yoga room, and everyone puts down yoga mats, and you can have a pillow or a blanket on you, and you typically get an eye patch put over your eyes, and then they instruct you on your breathing while they're playing music. And so through that breath work instruction, you start releasing and having these experiences that are very intense. Like your hands can kind of go to crab claw, and it is an actual. There's a medical term to it, so it can be quite intense, but it won't hurt you. I'm sure there's some people with contraindications that need to be addressed, and Shelby and Ryan would address that, but there is very few that I know of, other than pregnancy and possibly some heart conditions with oxygen, people that struggle with oxygen deprivation. But you would want to talk to them about any concerns you have before you start the process. And then they would walk you through the breathing. And Shelby's a nurse, so she does really well at monitoring people and like understanding what is happening with everyone while they're on there. And then when I've worked with them, I typically just do the marketing for them. So I'm not actually doing any healing.
Oopsie.
Sound the different sound equipment. So both types are very lovely. It's whatever you're drawn to and what you resonate with.
So we kind of missed part of that. So I might be asking you the same question you just answered. But then what type of music do you lean towards when is it like the Tibetan bowls? Is it something like classic? Is it something that you put together for the sound healing, or based on tones, and where does that come from in order? Is it similar to like what Jamil does, or that type of thing?
Oh, I don't know exactly what Jamil does, so I can't speak to that. I know that Shelby and Ryan, they put the playlist together, and they are actually, the songs are the way they put it together goes with, like you start out very soft and then it gets pretty intense with your breathing. So the music complements that, and then it tones back down again with a softer, but like a lot of times the words in the songs will go with a theme of a meditation that she does during the beginning of her sound healings. And so you'll find that like whatever you are needing for that day is like interestingly what she talks about during the meditation, and then the song and everything brings that out. So it's very, very cool how it works. And then at the very end, as they're closing things out, is when they do the bowls and the different types of equipment. And the equipment there's so many names of different equipment. I don't have that equipment, so I can't speak to that either, but I would highly recommend looking them up. Share with Donda, and she can share with you guys their Instagram link, and they're now actually teaching classes on it if you want to become a certified sound healer. So it's pretty cool.
And you talk about clawed hands and watching people really closely, which might scare some people who've never heard this before. So why would they not want to be scared? What would, or why, if they're looking at that going, oh, that sounds scary, I don't want to be a part of that, what would be the benefit, I guess, of them, of somebody who might want to participate in this type of healing, Reiki and or sound, to find healing, and if their hands are going to be all I use that one because you mentioned, but I know there's other things.
I love all your questions. These are such good questions, because I think that people should know about the things that might make them uncomfortable, right? Like we all like kind of try to navigate through life without discomfort. And I'm like, but this is part of the journey, right? Like if I had never taken that leap of faith of quitting my job, my really good job with really good insurance, and jumping down here, I would never do this. And I'm a much healthier version of myself right now than the person that was sitting up there in an office making insane amount of money for an early 30-year-old, and like, but I would have died early, right? So like you check yourself with your discomfort. If someone tells you about a healing modality and something in you pings, you're like, that sounds curious.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but there's these uncomfortable things that'll happen while you're doing it, but on the other side of that discomfort, you're going to feel like $1 million.
Yeah.
You sit with it and you go, I think I want to try it. And then you empower yourself. So you go through this little exercise of like, at any moment in time, if someone's telling me to breathe a certain way, I always have the power in myself to be like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I can stop breathing that way at any moment I want to. I can take the eye patch off at any moment I want to. And so I think a lot of times in life when we're scared of something, it's because we think if we start a path, we can't stop and reassess in any moment. And I would say always go into everything going, I have complete and total control of engaging in this experience. I would even say during the middle of a massage, I've had a couple people, not necessarily with me, but with practitioners that were subtenants, that like a person like, well, she didn't do a deep enough massage. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, let's talk through this. So you had a 2-hour deep tissue massage. Did you say something to her? Well, no. So you went 2 hours. You went 2 hours with a practitioner. You didn't ever say anything was uncomfortable, or it wasn't enough pressure, or they could do better, or just straight up positive.
Right.
Like this isn't for me.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to give you a discount on your next massage with me. I'm going to ask you to communicate the whole massage though. And tell me,
Yeah.
because right here and now, I already paid that lady to massage you and you said nothing.
Mhm.
And so I'm not going to take that money back. She worked 2 hours really hard and you didn't communicate. But what I will do is I will give you a discount, but I'm giving you the boundary of you have to communicate. I will not give you a 2-hour massage and then you say, I also did a bad job. Because
That's a business owner thing. I can't tell you. It's like everyone's like, "Oh, I'm so jealous of that business owner over there." Like, do you know how many conversations they've had to have about refunds, about people saying bad things about him just because they didn't communicate, or maybe it was so. Anyways, it always makes me laugh to hear about other business owners dealing with all the same stuff that we all do, and there's always the good stuff, and then there's the refunds, the crazies.
But you also like there is like not one industry that doesn't have that, right? So when people are like, I'm going to run away from this, I'm going to go there, that looks like a good job, and I'm like, well, let's first sit and think about what makes the job you have a bad job. And they'll be like, oh, people are crazy, people don't communicate, or people this, and I'm like,
people are people.
That's not going to follow you. So what I've gotten really comfortable with is I was a born people pleaser, so I had to stop that right out the gate, right? You can't people please. You can set an offering out and like, this is what I offer you, but you're not going to make everyone happy with your offerings, right? Whether you're in real estate or wellness or a teacher or anything, you literally have to go, I'm comfortable with me doing the best I can do every day.
Right.
I'm comfortable with me knowing that I show up with integrity. I cannot know if anyone else is going to think that of me. I have to just be comfortable with myself. And it's so hard as a people pleaser because you want want them to feel about you the way you want them to feel about you, and you want to feel it from them. A lot of us people pleasers are empaths as well, right? And I would actually share, and interestingly, I think fibromyalgia people that have that are empathic. And they're feeling everybody's stuff all day long. Yeah. Just bombarding your system.
Absolutely.
And so we have to learn to hold a boundary and hold it with kindness, right? It's like, it's totally okay if someone comes and choose me a new one. They don't like how someone that works in my space showed up, but can I meet them with kindness and go, well, let's find a solution here. You know, we can't correct what happened over there, but I can have a talk with this person. What would make you feel better? What would be a solution to you? And then they get to tell me, and then I get to go, I'm willing to do this, but I'm not willing to do that. Like, and then you kind of work your way into it. And sometimes even with that, like a comment, like some people just want to be mad.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Like we have these deep bottled up feelings in us, probably totally unrelated to the person you're taking it out on, because we just have this stuff we've carried for life, right? Yeah. And so it's really helping people get to know to the core of them. And a lot of times it's just looking them in the eye and going, I see you hurting right now. I don't actually know if what you're talking about is actually the thing that is hurting you most, but if I can help you, I will. But you have to tell me what you need in order for me to rise up to help you. Yeah. And if you don't tell me, I can't get there, because I can't, it's like an energy expenditure to try and guess what someone needs.
Right. We're not psychic.
And I think people need to have that communication sometimes, or that permission to speak up and say something, because they're also trying to please somebody and they don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, and all those things come into play, and they're trying to do the best they can. And then you're telling them, oh, you're doing it wrong. So giving them permission in advance kind of opens that door for them to be able to speak up even more effectively than they would have had you not been able to do that, or not given them that.
Yeah, giving that permission. That is such a perfect way to put that. That's what people need. Permission to be seen and heard. Yeah. What is it in energy work? We energy observed.
Oh no, we lost her again.
Yeah.
All energy just wants to be seen and noticed.
Yeah.
And acknowledged.
Oh no.
You can speak for her, Sharon. Read lips.
We'll shift the conversation.
Yeah.
We're trying to read your lips, Sabrina, because we all of a sudden we see you speaking, we can't hear you.
That's okay.
People want to be seen and heard, and then it kind of cut in and out and in and out. But I think we got the gist of it. I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And you were saying that earlier you mentioned something about, for your whole life and really like a lot of our struggles, today stem back all the way to childhood and to whatever traumas and events of the childhood.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm still muted.
No, you're not.
But,
No, you're good. Go ahead.
not just all the way from childhood, but if you think about, like, we all walk around and we're all energy, so we have an energy field around us. So the people you've been exposed to their energy field, right? So like, even if nothing truly from your perspective of a child was traumatic, but you have parents that had trauma,
Right.
Unresolved trauma, and you grow up in their energy field, right? You live day in and out in their house with them. They never got therapy. They never got release of that trauma. And so you feel like the world is unsafe because you've been coupled up with people that have lived in a trauma state. Even if they're not like verbally abusing you or abusing or anything, there's this weird
energy is on edge. Yeah.
And so I think sometimes it's not always explainable, depending on the situation. Sometimes it's very explainable, but sometimes it's not. And so just giving people grace where like they may not know. Yeah. Or there's books out there, The Body Keeps Score, I think is a book. Or it's something like that. Mm-hmm. By who?
It's by a gentleman named Bessel van der Kolk.
Yep. Such a good book. It's definitely has to be listened to or read in bite-sized pieces because it's like a lot to take in.
Yeah.
Like if you feel yourself getting tired, take a pause.
Do you think that incorporates if you're in a relationship with somebody to you?
Absolutely. Yep. You'll start having like interesting dreams that you don't really fully understand because you're laying in the bed next to your partner that has trauma or is stressing about something that like maybe they're the partner that always puts on a happy face. And so you don't visibly see from looking at them that they are struggling. Yeah. But when you go to bed, you're like, man, I'm just not sleeping well. I'm having all these weird dreams that are anxiety dreams or, it's very fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting. I hadn't heard that before, but that makes total sense.
Yeah.
One thing I like about Scottsdale, Sabrina, I was there last summer for about a week. And it's a very rich town. Like I thought Dallas was kind of a rich town. There was money in Scottsdale that I don't see in Dallas and I don't even see in Miami. So I was asleep on how rich Scottsdale is. And so that I assume that has to help your wellness business because you have people with mega disposable income out there and a lot of them.
Yeah, yes, I would agree completely. That was part of the intention behind opening the second location, right? Like you have to know your audience and the price point in which people can afford you. And so we're kind of, with what we do, the price per hour is quite high. The more we're, Rachel and I are in this for 10 plus years now. And so we're getting to that level where we're pricing ourselves out of a lot of people in the other areas in which we had our business. And so you have to make choices in life, right? And nothing is personal, but like as life gets more expensive, you get to decide, what do I want my life to look like? And it's all within your choice, right? So you might meet some therapists and practitioners that kind of live in that space of, I don't want to raise my rates because my clients can't afford me. And I like to think, so I've given my medicine for a long time in this area, and I'm super, super grateful that God gave me this, but also God has given me the right to live a very beautiful, abundant life too. Like we're not healers and facilitators don't have to be martyrs. And a lot of them will live in that space. And I just,
I'm sorry. Jim.
is Oh, we're pausing again.
Oh my gosh.
What does it
So
say? I
sorry.
can't see it because my
sorry.
screen's big.
Donna, you did not have
Donna, I
to
hope you
buy
buy me a cool
dream
dream tonight.
I want to hear about it at coffee, Donna.
He's
You're
blushing.
gonna be telling us about your
My
dreams,
favorite.
Donna.
Oh my word. My
Oh, that's so
husband.
sorry.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't mean to
That
interrupt
is like the
you, Sabrina.
cutest thing ever. I love that.
They're so cute.
They are cute. I love them.
Oh, my
Anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No. I don't
What
even know where we
you-
were.
Is there anything that you found that you have to kind of do to protect yourself from absorbing the energy of your clients? Because I mean, you must have seen a lot of people and all that surrounding you, different people coming in and out, and or on a weekly basis or a regular basis. And what's that look like for you as a person who's working with this type of energy?
That's a great question.
And we can't hear you.
Oh no, wait.
Can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, now? Okay. So I absolutely do believe that other people's energy.
Wanted to hear this. You froze on us and we wanted to hear this. Okay.
Start again.
Okay, go. I absolutely believe. Go.
Okay. So I absolutely believe that other people's energy affects us practitioners. And we have to learn to what we call transmute it, right? So we are helping, we're in the energy field, we're doing our energy work, plus we're doing the actual physical body work. And then if you don't learn to go, this is not mine, this is someone else's, and I want to send it out into the universe to turn into something beautiful for this world, instead of the heaviness that was sitting in that person. If you're not a practitioner that knows how to do that, you'll end up getting illness in your own body because you keep that in your energy field. You're like, oh, I'm so strong. I can carry this for the world. I can carry this for these people. And I have been there before I understood what the teachers were saying about.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, headaches, nausea, other things that I don't even want to talk about on here. I don't have that anymore, which I'm grateful for. But I tell you what, new practitioners coming in, so the rate of people starting this type of work is they last about 4 years. I'm going on, I started in 2012.
Wow.
So I'm doing really well. I feel healthier than I've ever felt, but the initial couple years, it was headaches and all sorts of symptoms all the time. And it was really, really hard. And I could see how people get out and fully how to stop doing that. And I would say, like, really what it boils down to is your ego.
Really?
Because when you start out doing work like this, you're really heavy in the ego because you think you can fix people. And so you're like, oh, I can fix people. I have this skill. And really at the end of the day, you learn techniques, but the person has to own their stuff. And they have to work on their own stuff. And their stuff is the energy stuff, right? The massage therapist, they manipulate soft tissue and things like feel better and you soothe it. But the energy stuff is always the person's job to do it. You're facilitating with their permission that they are there to get their energy and their body worked on. And they're going to keep doing the work when they leave. That's not your job as the practitioner to do that. But as a young therapist, you don't understand that yet. And so you think like, oh, wow, that person just said, I'm the best massage person they've ever had, energy person they've ever. And so it's like a lot of ego, more than you think. And this is not me digging on anyone. This is literally just how it's like the progress of being a small child going into adulthood. Like we all do it. We all have ego. I would say adults have a ton of ego still. We all do. But it's just the owning. That's why the stuff will affect you more, is if you don't understand.
Oh, no.
And then I'm going to step out of it, and they're going to get to own that when they go home and go forward.
And I'm assuming they don't teach you that in school. So
They say it all the time, but nobody. So honestly, segue, I was like, we're just going to talk about ourselves. So Rachel and I are developing a program on how to teach people to do that, because no one taught us. We had to work. She and I worked with each other, and I'm like, we worked it out over time. And it's such a great tool to teach everyone in the world. You don't have to be a massage therapist or an energy worker. Literally all of us have energy fields, and we all need to learn these tools. And so we are trying to create that program to teach people.
That was great.
Fantastic program.
Yeah. It'll be, what's that? Sorry, Monique.
And women to have a difference with the way that they handle this, in this field?
Oh, men and women? I think that we're all different. I wouldn't make it gender, because we all have masculine and feminine energy in us. Yeah. So masculine is more like forceful, where feminine energy is more like go with the flow and creative, and like I'm open to this in creating, or moving through this experience in a softer way, where masculine energy can kind of be like, I'm going to force this experience to happen. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's not male and female. It's energy types.
And you're referring to the clients versus the actual practitioner.
I'm referring to both.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that would be a great ministry to practitioners.
100%.
And then, of course, expanding into other people. But I think that may radically change the industry, where that 4-year mark is going out of the water.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm hopeful, and Donna and I have talked a lot about like my big dreams and stuff. I have a lot of visionary in me, but I also have a lot of integrator. So in my business partnership with Rachel, she also has both, but she is definitely more of the visionary and I am more of the integrator in our partnership. And so, but we have this vision of this giant ecosystem of health and wellness in alignment with real estate and the world, and how like business shows up, because I think we're actually moving that direction. You can hear about people getting hired as like empaths helping in workspaces and stuff like that now. I think we're trending that way, and it's very powerful to realize like, hey, everything doesn't have to be so aggressive and forceful. It can actually be intuitive and creative and collaborative, and we don't have to do that. The aggressiveness in which we have lived in over the past, I think it's actually a paradigm shift that's happening, is what completely happening in the world. And so a lot of it feels very volatile right now, but I like to sit in the space that chaos comes before something is created and shifted. And so if we can all just hold that grounded state of like, after this chaos, it will be a different energy of the world, but it takes a lot of us holding that space and the grace for everybody that's going through chaos and going through disruption. Does that make sense? Did I lose it?
No, we're enthralled. that
was really, really good. Yeah, I like when Sabrina and we started having coffee once a month, right? We're getting ready for our third one here, but it's every time I leave her, I just feel so energized, and it's like she's just got this energy you want to just absorb, because it's amazing, and I enjoy my time with you, Sabrina, tremendously.
That's awesome.
I do. You'll have to write your dreams down tonight.
Yep, I heard that.
What was that, Monique? What'd you say?
Nothing.
I saw.
Oh, I think we're talking about dreams now, Donna.
Yeah, Donna needs to write her dreams down tonight. Then.
Gotcha.
Well, we are once again, at the top of the hour. Sabrina,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on. This has been a great conversation. I've really enjoyed
It
it.
was really
Yeah.
fun. I know.
And I think we all like this topic, and so this has been
good.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
when
hope
you
we,
get
I hope
that
we all take it forward in our real estate and business practices of like just something a little bit, you know, the energy of openness to it, you know.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, when you get that going too, let us know. We'll have you back on here and get. It'd be nice to
Yeah.
have you introduce that to out there.
Oh, I would absolutely love that. Like once I have it, you know,
Both of
my
them.
integrator brain wants it more fine tuned before we really talk about it. But
Fair enough.
yeah.
Monique knows all about that.
But is
Yeah.
there a way right now somebody want to reach out to you for them to get in touch with you that, you know, even though you haven't got everything defined, you know?
oh yeah. I think that Sharon had all my wellness business contact information in the email to all of us.
Yeah,
So
to us, but that's not our audience. So why don't you tell our audience how can they get in touch with you?
Oh, okay. Yes, you can get in touch with me by going to wunderbarwellness.com. So now I'm feeling on the spotlight when you said the audience. So like before that, we were just 5 girls chatting, and now I feel like yeah. So yes, my website has my business number. That also goes to my cell phone. I get fed all those calls and text messages, so I can see everything.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Sabrina,
ladies.
Thank you so much for coming
Thank
on.
you
We
so
really
much.
enjoyed
Thank
it.
you.
Have a good night. Good night, ladies. We'll see you later.
Good night. See you.